Well, good morning. Welcome to my Monday. Back to the grind. Just finished editing the vlog, poured my cup of coffee, heard somebody upstairs, and it sounded like Bryce woke up nauseous and just kind of puked. 4:40 in the morning. He says he's okay, he just felt nauseous, had a puke. Drink some water, go back to bed. So we'll check in with him later. Gonna play a couple hands of magic while the vlog is encoding, sip my coffee, and roll into the next week. All right, we're on the road. It looks like it rained last night. When the sun started to come up, I could see on the spa some water sitting on the lid, so that's a sign that it rained. Of course, nothing on the concrete stays very long. It's so hot that it evaporates, so it doesn't look like it rained. But yeah, massive cloud cover all around us. There's a slight pocket that the sun's trying to creep through over there, but yeah, it's pretty much clouds all the way around. Good stuff, good stuff. So, you know, it was a great weekend, but it was a short weekend, like, you know, just a normal weekend. It wasn't long. We left Friday after work, came back Sunday afternoon, you know, went back to work. So, you know, it's a different vibe, for sure. Harkens back to early, you know, 2014, 2013, before I quit my job, where we still, you know, I worked on Friday, and then Tiffany packed everything up, and we, you know, went to Lolamai. Same vibes, and we all agreed that 2 nights were perfect in that cabin. You know, even though there was the trails we went on Saturday, it wasn't really a trail. It was just the forest. So not a lot of walkable area too. Like, whereas Lolamai, you can walk around that campground and you feel like you're in the forest. You feel like you're, you know, in the woods. Whereas this place, you know, there's really no trees in the campground. It's all surrounding. And like I said, we went for that brief walk, and that was kind of it. There really wasn't much more to explore. If we would have stayed another day, we probably would have gone back to that obstacle course that was up in the trees. You guys remember that video? That was really cool. We actually all talked about that. We're like, yeah, we should do that again. But everyone loved the cave. Even Jacob. Jacob's never done anything like that before. He was like, this is really cool. Like, really dug that. And that was Bryce's first choice as well. So overall, everyone was really happy with the weekend. So that's a big win in my book. Like I said, Monday's a big day. Very busy, a lot of shopping, and I'm solo today. So 3 stops in the van, trying to go as fast as I can. Costco was overflowing. The cart was overflowing. Thankfully, Shamrock's a short one. So I'm listening to the Joe Rogan Experience podcast. He's got Joe and Peterson on there, which controversial, you know, guy, but always says, every once in a while says like some very prolific stuff that really just kind of like, makes you think, right? Don't have to always agree with his opinions. And that's kind of the message too, real quick, just, you don't have to agree with everyone. People can have opinions you don't agree with, even if they are wild. There's a line, of course. There's always a line. Everyone has a different line too. That's a thing. Everyone's line is different. So anyway, listening to Joe Rogan made me realize his comedy special that he did this weekend was just a lot of his podcast rhetoric, a lot of his political views and his ideas about a lot of things in the world. And just put that in his special. So if you don't listen to his podcast, it's all new to you. If you listen to his podcast, you're kind of like, heard that before. So yeah, hearing Joe and Jordan go back and forth, and really they're not even going back and forth. It's like one talks for 5 to 10 minutes, and then the other one talks for 5 to 10 minutes. But they're very philosophical. I mean, they're talking about, you know, biblical stuff and extrapolating the Bible and stories to, you know, what the stories could actually mean, what the objects, you know, thousands of years ago could actually mean. So just fascinating stuff. But again, just makes, you know, reiterates what I had said before, that I don't know, I think Rogan's been doing podcasting for so long. I mean, he still does stand-up. I mean, obviously he has a comedy club that he bought, and he does stand-up there regularly. But I don't know, I feel like he's been doing podcasting for so long that his stand-up has become a podcast, and he's basically talking to himself, you know, aka the crowd, and then just every once in a while has a punchline. Like, there was jokes, don't get me wrong. I laughed, but there was a lot of dead space where I didn't laugh. There was a lot of talking with no jokes, a lot of talking with no punchlines. And that's the part that kind of lost me. with his comedy special. I'm like, I'm all for storytelling, right? Bert Kreischer, Tom Segura, they tell stories, but there's more jokes per minute, and Joe's is just a little too long-winded. Kind of like Dave Chappelle. Dave Chappelle is fantastic, but when you talk about jokes, or not even jokes, laughs, let's just say laughs per minute or laughs per hour, however you want to, again, just make up a unit of measurement. I feel the same way about Chappelle. Like, I don't laugh as much or as often with Chappelle, and sometimes his build-up, it doesn't pay off. And that's kind of how I felt with Rogan. Like, his build-up didn't pay off for me a lot of the time. But I love his podcast. I'll continue to listen to it with an open mind. Again, I don't agree with everything that he says. I don't agree with all of his opinions. But one of the things that Rogan does is that he opens the door to both sides. Literally, it's like, could be this, but it could be that. He's very open about that. He'll tell you what he thinks. He's like, I think this, I think that. My opinion is this. He'll tell you that. And again, you don't have to agree with him, but at least it's a counter argument to one side or the other. All right, so we got all the shopping done. Just about 9 o'clock. Actually, 9 o'clock on the dot. So a little later to start. Three stops solo. Not too bad. Not too bad. Hopefully, one van's loaded and the Isuzu is loaded and the other van's just about loaded. I know I have a lot of the stuff with me for that van. So we'll do the unload, and then they'll start loading this van, and I'll start doing the receipts. Oh, hi, hello. We're back home. It's about a little after 4 p.m. I just got home, long day. I had to make one stop on my way home, out of my way, but my brother's off today, so he would normally make the stop, but I had to do it instead. Didn't vlog it, but Tiffany and Sierra surprised me with lunch. They went and got pizza. Well, they got pizza for me, and Tiffany had some, but she also had a salad, and Sierra got Alfredo, chicken Alfredo. But yeah, they were out and about, and they decided to surprise me and grab lunch and bring it in. Unfortunately, they got there too late. We got to remember, our lunch is much, much earlier because we start our day so early. But Austin wasn't here today. It's his day off. And Travis was out delivering, and he never eats anything. I don't know what the guy eats. Like, he doesn't eat anything. It seems like he never eats anything. So he didn't partake. My dad is trying to watch what he eats, so he didn't eat anything. So I don't know. I had a couple piece of pizza. It was great. Got to chit chat with Tiffany and Sierra. They got to see the update of the warehouse. Obviously, they were there because they helped us move. But yeah, I gave them a little tour to show them what we've done so far in the couple weeks that we've been there. So that was nice. Made a pit stop on my way home to a customer, customer visit. Normally Austin would have done that, but he, like I said, he's off today, so I did it, which is fine. It's an extra 30 minutes, no big deal. But anyway, we're home, and because it's so late, I'm going to skip the gym. I'm going to go straight to my room and start a stream and play Once Human. Trying to get that 55 hours in before the season ends. I'm assuming it's the season because it's the battle pass, so I'm assuming it's a seasonal thing. So I need to try and squeeze in more hours, even if it's just 2 hours a night. Boom, 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 boom. Knock it out. Gonna make a quick protein shake though. Even though I'm not going to the gym, I should still keep my protein intake up the best I can. So I'm gonna just mix it up a little bit. We've got the 3 Jocko Malks that I bought on Prime Day, and then Tiffany's got this that she doesn't like. So this is pretty much mine. So just to change things up, I'm gonna make one of those, and we're gonna start a stream, which means probably won't be eating dinner because I had an early lunch. My dad brought tacos in, and so I ate some of those. Then Tiffany came in with pizza, and I had, 2 or 3 slices of pizza. So I'm not even really that hungry right now, but I'm gonna get this in me just now, get it in early. And we'll see. I may or may not be hungry for dinner. I've got ramen and fried rice if I am, so that will be the move. Other than that, in other news, my dad bought me this. So Austin, my brother Austin's got one of these. It's a half-gallon water bottle. It's made by Arctic, R-T-I-C. Austin got one of these from a place. He had like a gift card or something. So he had to like spend money there. So it's like engraved. So it was a lot more expensive because it was engraved and where he bought it from just in general. But my dad was like, oh, that's really cool. It's half gallon. So he bought one for my dad, I think for Father's Day or his birthday or something like that. And I just happened to mention to my dad, I'm like, where'd you get that? And he goes, Austin got it for me on Amazon. I was like, oh, cool, okay. But how much was it? He goes, I don't remember off the top of my head. Not very expensive.
So then he just happened to buy one for me. Up until now, this has been my biggest water bottle that I own. It's 32 ounces. I got it from TwitchCon a few years ago. I love it. It's great. I love this thing. I've actually changed out the top on this a couple different times. Found the one that I like, which is this one. It has a hard handle, and it's a screw top, and it just pours, right? That's my favorite one. But for the first time ever, I'm actually finishing one of these and then needing more water throughout the day. Probably because I'm actually working in the heat now for the first time in forever. So yeah, now I have a half gallon, and this thing will hold ice for like, I don't know, 24 hours, which I don't need. But yeah, I'm excited. It's a little, I mean, it's very big. It's very big and very bulky. This hole's a little smaller than my other hole. Other than that, it's pretty cool. So now I'm thinking, because this doesn't have anything on it, this had like, you know, the Twitch and it was ombre and stuff like that. I might throw some stickers on this. I've been collecting stickers. I got a lot of stickers between Dutch Bros and all my gaming and whatever over the years. I've got lots of stickers. So the reason I never put stickers on this thing is because when you wash it, they come off and then they start looking like crap. They look all ratty, you know? Like if this never got wet, then yeah, slap stickers all over this thing, right? My very first MacBook Pro had stickers all across the cover. I was one of those guys. And I would do the same thing with this, except like I said, when this thing gets wet, inevitably they'll start peeling and look like crap. And then, you know, then it doesn't look good at all. There's your update. Sorry I didn't vlog more, but it is what it is. How was your weekend? My weekend was great, man. Did you watch the vlogs? We went to Flagstaff, this new campground, which was really, really rad. Definitely would go back in a heartbeat, with or without the kids. We went back to the lava tube, the lava river tube, which is really cool. It's been like, I don't know, 8 or 9 years since we went and did that. So that was cool. And then walked around downtown Flagstaff, which I love Flagstaff. And we all said the same thing. Bryce is moving up there next year, most likely. Sierra said she would move up there in a heartbeat, other than the snow. She's like me, snow's a big no. Like, snow's a big no. She's like, I don't want to do snow. But she's going to visit Reagan this year. At one point, she's going to go up there for a weekend when Reagan's in school, just to experience the snow and have Reagan kind of show her around with the snow and kind of get a vibe check for it. And Bryce will probably go with her too, just to check it out. Just the hippie vibe of like Flagstaff, both my kids are like, so I'm like, those are my kids! We're all hippies. Ended up doing a 3-hour live stream. Got off just in time to see Sierra off. She was heading over to Jacob's. And catch up with Tiff. Gonna make a quick bowl of ramen and play some Magic while I'm doing that. And then I gotta shower and call it a night. So let's make some ramen. Oh, okay. The ramen's a little different. Same brand. I'm pretty sure it's the same brand. Everything's exactly the same except they chopped the chicken up and it almost looks like tofu now. Before it was like thin strips of chicken and now it's like chunks of chicken. I like the strips better. This is a little chewier. Maybe they're just trying something new. I don't know. Anyway, still fantastic. Still enjoyed it. I also went and got the mail because we were at a coffee and I saw the email that my King's Coast came in the mail today. So, darkness blend. First one we're gonna open. It's always the first one I open. It's my favorite. Got the Roaster's Choice, of course. I'll have to look up and see where this is from. And we got the Aztec, which is the classic. There's my 3 bags of coffee that I get from King's Coast every month. Link in the description down below. Use code Clintus to save. I'm telling you, you gotta try at least once. If you've never had like fresh roasted, like this was roasted on 8/1. Look at that, 8/1, and today is the 5th. It was literally roasted 5 days ago, and yeah, it's in my hands right now. I'm gonna grind these beans up, and I'm gonna drink coffee tomorrow. And this was roasted less than a week ago on Long Island, New York. So I'm just gonna prepare the beans tonight because it's obviously noisy grinding using the grinder. So we'll get this prepared. Basically just make the hot. I'm sure a lot of you probably do the same thing. You put your water in, you get everything set up. Some of you probably have it set up with a timer. I don't do that because I never know exactly when I'm ready for coffee because my routine, I try to wait as long as possible from me waking up before I drink my first cup of coffee. It's better for your body. So what I do is I wake up, I go straight to the couch, turn my light on, and I edit the vlog. So as soon as I'm done editing the vlog, however long that takes, sometimes it's 20 minutes, sometimes it's almost an hour, then I come in and I start making the coffee. And while that's brewing, doing my last little minute things, maybe my water bottle, whatever, and then I drink my cup of coffee while the vlog is encoding, play some Magic or watch a YouTube video, which I might actually do that. I kind of feel like I need to flip-flop Magic one day. I'm getting behind my vlogs. So, and then like I said, then when the vlog's done encoding, I start uploading, and while it's uploading, I'm doing my metadata. I do my chapters, there's chapters down below here, that sort of thing. So that's kind of my routine in the mornings. So make the coffee, get the coffee prepped for tonight. Oh, it smells so good. It smells so good. What's your morning routine look like? When you wake up in the morning, what's your order of operations usually? I know Tiffany's a big fan of just like straight to the coffee. Like she's still got the crusties out of her eyes and she's pouring her first cup of coffee. And just things I've heard, things I've read. It's better if you let your body naturally get rid of the stuff in your body from being asleep for so long. So I think you're supposed to wait technically 90 minutes from the time you wake up for your first cup of caffeine. But however long I make it, whether it's half an hour, 45 minutes, close as I'm gonna get. Because I want to drink a cup here, right? If I was on the go, it is one thing. If I'm on the go, and sometimes I don't have my cup of coffee for an hour or over an hour, but I try to drink at least one cup here and then one on the go. Looks like we're making a half craft. Okay. Excuse me real quick. This thing is massive. I am curious tomorrow to see how much I drink of this. Like I said, I'll kill one of these and then one water bottle, 2 water bottles, depending on how my day goes. So knowing that this is my main source of water now, take it in tomorrow to work and see can I drink this whole thing in a day. All right, showered, ready for bed, man. Just winding down. Before then, it's 9 o'clock, but I'm totally not ready for bed. So now at this point, it's just probably watch a couple YouTube videos, and that will put me to sleep. Usually does. How you feeling?
Great.
You seem back to normal?
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you eat anything today?
I had half a Jimmy John sub, filled with puddings earlier. I'm finally feeling good to eat now.
Yeah.
So I had something though. So.
And you're at Gabe's party or whatever?
Yeah.
Or Julio's? Mm-hmm. Beat up in Flagstaff this weekend was great. I definitely missed hiking and camping and being outdoors. So definitely want to go up to Flagstaff more often, even if it's just for one night. I know that's not Tiffany's style, but even if we just do a repeat of what we did last weekend, we leave Friday after work, go up. I think I'm gonna go get a tent. I think at some point I'm gonna go look at tents and just pick up something cheap and small, easy to put together, easy to fit in my car. And yeah, I mean we saved some stuff from our trailer. I've got a stove and a grill. Very easy to go camp for a little weekend getaway. I think I need that more often than not. Tomorrow's Tuesday. I plan on coming home and going straight to the gym. Try to squeeze in some more once human if I can, but if not, it is what it is. And trying to do the same thing Wednesday and Thursday. Knock out the gym before Friday. That's my goal. If I'm gonna get like three gym days in before Friday, I'm good. Bryce starts school tomorrow. I won't be here for it, but I'm gonna ask Sierra and Tiffany to vlog for you, so you can see Bryce's first day of back to school, senior year, what his fit is, all that. So, yeah, stay tuned. Check back tomorrow for that, and I'll see you then. Log on.